And you're live. It says welcome, welcome. Okay.
I don't believe it.
I know. I need to move this here and
I'm
this
going
here.
to keep functioning like we're not live.
Nothing's working this morning. Natalie had to do an entire update to her system.
I had to delete it. I kept trying and it said contact your IT department. I'm like, I don't have an
I am the IT department. I don't think you understand. This is
like, what do you mean? Who would I contact?
talking to the IT department.
Uh,
Anyway, welcome to Shush Shush Secret Time. This is our live stream where we get together and talk to you about the behind the scenes action of what's going on with our lives, films, the channel, all that stuff. I am Tara, and that is Natalie, in case you're new here and you don't know which is which. We did label ourselves. Wait, are our labels still there? Oh, yeah, they're there.
They're tiny.
They're tiny, in case you can't read that because it's so small. All right, we like to start this in a very specific way. We like for you guys in the chat to say hi. If you're new out there, don't just hang out in the chat and just passively watch something. We want you to engage. So, if you want to take just the 2 seconds to take us off a podcast and make us into an interactive piece, and then you can go back. Oh,
whoa, hey, that didn't help out at all.
No.
Trying to.
I like it.
I was trying to adjust my focus because I could tell my focus is further back here than I wanted it up here. But this is just how this thing works.
All right, you guys say hi in the chat. Natalie's gonna say hi back so we know who we're talking to, and then we're gonna get this party started.
Wow. Okay, I'm here. Everything's working great. Lockpicking engineer, good day. The first one first. David Faith, hello. It's constant. Happy retracted message to you too. Nat's 1976. I did it too. I'd like to see it happen. I don't know what's going on, what we're talking about.
I know.
It was probably whatever Unitas Constant said. MM Hops, aka Jack Boots, hello. Blair, yellow. David Faith, hello. I already said that though. Steve has no pandas. I haven't heard the whole panda story. What's going on? Like, I know that there's sadness with the pandas. Do they have to give them back? Is that what it is? Were they on loan, or did somebody die?
There's too many current events for us to stay on top of every single one.
I'm not kidding. And I was not paying attention like I normally do for the entire time we were in Ojai, and I was just like, wait, what? Shannon West, hey, now they look like she's at school. I was at a school, actually. I was at Southern Utah University. That's where it was. Ed Keaton, hi. Justin Wheeler is here. Hello. Clayton Gordon, hello. Desiree Gonzalez, hey-oh. Tacos. Elizabeth Banu, hi. Ben Raythick is here. Testing, does this thing work? Tara, what was it? Tara was saying they kept testing the mic and she's like, they really like this song here.
Oh my God. Because every restaurant we go into had live music everywhere, and everyone,
so they're always testing the mic.
Always walked in when they were testing the mic. I'm like, this is a really popular song. Like, test 1 2.
Logan Brown, hey. Kevin Reed, hello. How are you today? Toby Vega's here. My ears are here. Oh, hi. Are you driving? David A, hello. Jason C. Brown, well, hello there. Jason. And Oppression Olympics gold medalist Goomba. I like that name. All right, howdy. Somebody tell me what happened to the pandas? Yeah, someone told the pandas.
Meanwhile, Jason, you're in a fantasy football slump. I feel like we're in a fantasy football slump. But
oh my gosh, we can't catch a break.
I know, but he got 29 points and lost to your mom. That is
total. 29 points total.
All you got, Jason, more details, please. And yes, the strike is over. That was yesterday. Yesterday, the strike ended, and we were busy again. It was busy.
Yeah.
Busy at the bar. It was fun, though. I had a good time. I saw, Mathis came in last night to celebrate.
Yeah.
Say hi to him. It was really fun. And then, who else came in? I feel like somebody else that we mutually know came in. I can't remember.
Yeah, anyway. The strike's over, which means you'll get back to work in January.
Yep, basically, yeah. Yeah, whatever bit of broadcasting they have left to do. But yeah, we'll all go back. The rest of us will go back in January. Those of us that do work in SAG, most of us don't. I lost my first game in both my pools this week.
You've been winning all your games? Go F yourself.
Claire.
We didn't get to watch our fantasy football team. I just looked down and we had gotten 0. There were a couple people that should never, ever get zeros. And I was just like, what happened? And it was like, we had actually made efforts this last week, not like we don't normally, but we had traded and picked things up, but every one of those moves was wrong in a very wide, like, I don't know how to play anymore, and I don't want to.
No, I think it's me. I think I just being involved am a curse. Like
you know what? I'm gonna go with it.
Wow.
I'm not gonna argue with it.
Like, because it feels very much like our first year where I'm like, why can't we catch a break? Oh, that's nice. Network shows will be rolling cameras before the end of the month. That's great because the writers have been working, so that is true. That's nice. China wants their pandas back, even the ones born here. Apparently, they were released and not owned.
I knew they were released. I knew that was a thing. I didn't know that they had complete ownership of the offspring. Makes sense. If you're just, if the paintings that you loan to have baby paintings, you don't get to keep the baby paintings.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, total points for
China wants their pandas back. Well, China, go F yourself. There's a lot of things we're not happy with China about right now, and the pandas are just like the tip of the iceberg.
Too much happened in the 5 days we decided to not pay attention to the world. Hello, Domain Cat. Welcome to the party. And if the leadership endorses it, the members will vote. Oh yeah, we still got to vote and stuff, but it's essentially over. I mean,
that's what I say. Everyone says it's over, and then the one that's released by SAG says tentative agreement, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not the same as over.
Yeah, no, we can all like vote on the new thing, and then it's actually over. But it's technically people are supposed to get moving now.
And technically they're told how to vote. So
yeah. I don't know. Any hoozle. All right, let's do a little bit of business time. Top of the hour here. There's gonna be no video coming out this week. That's true.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah. I was like lost what day we were on. This has just been a weird return to being back. It's just been like I've worked weird shifts and just like my time is a circle and it's not making sense like at all right now. So yes, no video tomorrow, Friday. We will have a video next week that I'm currently editing. We took our fancy new knife for a test spin, and it is a very good knife. I will post about it.
We did not take it for a test spin because that's what Justin does with his new knives and walks into the room bleeding.
That is true. We didn't take it for
that. Number of times, Justin, when he got his new, it's not spring loaded because that's illegal, whatever it is, tension, whatever his tension knife, he would come into he'd come in and and I was like, I want to yell at him, but I have to help him as there's blood dripping. And it was like, every time he gets a new knife, within an hour, there's blood everywhere.
They never grow up. They're always little boys. Time is a circle. I thought it was potato. Time is like a potato. Yes. Very much. I peel it and then I eat it, and I don't know how that makes it time. Anyways, so next week we're gonna have our knife episode coming out. We made these really cool. I've always wanted to try the apple, make it into a rose thing. Like
individual apple roses.
Yeah, I don't care in what form the apple happens because they do it for various things. This recipe turned out so cool. It's like a
cinnamon roll
puff pastry situation. It's delicious. And
I actually might buy the ingredients today to make it again.
Oh my God, you absolutely, Justin, you're welcome. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, I highly recommend it. I'm looking forward to making them again. So that's going to be coming out next week. In film festival news, current film festival stuff. So I got some more details on the Pittsburgh Film Festival because we are in the virtual portion of it. And here's how this works. From November 8th to the 19th, so starting yesterday to the 19th, they're selling passes that are for 48 hours. So you have 48 hours to watch as much content as you want to on their site. We're in the comedy block. So like if you go there and go over to the comedy block, you'll see our picture as the comedy block. Go us, we're so pretty. And then in there you'll see all the different comedies. There's 9 different comedies that are in our like technically block. Anyways, to do that though, it's much more expensive than I was hoping. It's $18 for that 48-hour pass. So our initial thing of like, yay, go and support us, it helps us so much, is a little bit dampened by the fact that I'm like, that's,
If you want to go watch it, that's awesome, but don't feel obligated.
Don't feel obligated. Like, but yeah, that's the long and the short of that. And that link is below to the site. If you have any
I'm gonna go look and see what is in what if I recognize any of these films that are showing with us.
Yeah, I didn't look at any of that stuff. They used the one of me dressed as a pineapple, Jason, answering the door, which I was like, oh, that makes sense. It says, this is funny. This block is going to...
Nothing says humor like a woman dressed as a pineapple. How do I even find this? I mean, I guess I could try to get to the right page on our live stream, but
I don't know much about this festival's taste or selection. Like often it's like the programmers have a particular taste or whatever, and that's what films get selected. But it is, I will say that film festivals are a great way to kind of
I know their taste because it's the same taste as Coeur d'Alere. These guys, I mean, these films are, I mean, I haven't been able to go look to see what films are showing with us, but everything I saw at Coeur d'Alere, which is the same programmer, was fantastic. Okay. So I'm sure that these films are good. If They Grow Up So Fast is showing with us, it's worth the price of admission. If Tooth is in there, there's a bunch of comedies that I saw that if they're in there with us, then, but I don't know, is it just the ones that weren't screening live? Does that
it has its own like virtual lineup that's what the pass is for. And then there's separate movies or films that are the in-person, I think. Don't quote me on that.
I think it's probably all of them are virtual, and then there's just some that are shown live. Yeah.
So anyways, that's what's going on with that. I will say that film festivals are a really great place to go and see like a not cultivated. Is that what I want? Curated. It's a great place to go see a curated list of films. So instead of like just going to Netflix and be like, I hope this movie is good, like you have someone saying, I have approved this and this is my selection of films. So it is kind of nice for that. Like we wind up seeing films that I never would have stopped to watch or bother without having to be sitting in a film festival. And like I've always been really happy about it. Like I'm glad I got to see that movie because of this film festival. So I will say that is the
I haven't seen any of these.
Oh, interesting.
Not a single one.
Okay. All right.
So I can't speak to any of these films, but I will say that Paul Sloop does, pick good movies. So
yeah, I do. I have heard that. Cannot confirm. Have heard. All right, cool. So that's what's going on with that. We are also going to be in the Las Vegas International Film Festival as well. We're going to have more details on that coming up soon. I went to the website to go look it up, and unfortunately my phone is just loading so slow, and my computer only gets to do one thing at a time.
I'm doing all the things, so I'm screwing everything up.
Yeah, meanwhile, yours is doing all the things.
I'm looking everything up right now.
Yeah.
I will tell you what's going on with Las Vegas as soon as
it's, yeah.
Yeah. Just know if things go bad, it's because I keep clicking buttons.
Oh, excellent. Good to know. Good to know. When's Vegas? Great question, Jason C. Brown.
What?
He's like, when is Vegas? It's like, I don't.
Vegas is the 7th through the 11th, but it's virtual only, Jason. So,
11. Excellent. Writing that down. But cheer. Excellent. And that's going to be our last film festival for this year, right? Right.
Yes. I believe that is correct.
We are still in the running for some other film festivals that were submitted to and mostly in the Utah area. We'll know more about those next year, top of next year.
Mm-hmm.
However, because we're pretty sure we're good on the rules, we're like 90% on releasing Social Anxiety to the masses this holiday season. So we'll have that out soon as well. We've been talking about maybe what if we did a premiere watch where we kind of like do our own Q&A with you guys afterwards. We'll keep you guys posted on what we decide to do, but yeah, stay tuned for that. I need more excuses to go to Vegas.
Oh, I was really excited when it was going to be running right now. Yeah, so they're already going as well. Vegas is. Okay, Trophy Wife Code, Shafted. I feel like social anxiety, it's still scattered. Why do you I don't know any of those films either. Okay, don't know any of the films we're screening with at either of these festivals. And I can't tell you how you get tickets to this. Well, it's $10 to watch it on for the Las Vegas one. So
Vegas is when it stops being so ever loving expensive there.
what'd you say?
The A's, when did they move to Vegas? Did that change? Is that a baseball team? Sounds like a baseball team.
They're going to.
Oh.
I think it'll probably be 2 years from now at least.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Unless they play at a different stadium. That's how you watch it from. That's the Las Vegas International Film Festival link right there that I just put in the chat. Okay, I'm back. Now I'm done looking at things. I will close all this and use my computer for its intended purpose right now.
In other film festival news, we got back from the Ojai Film Festival on Monday, and we had a great time. Guys, our screening was packed.
Yeah.
It was the biggest turnout that I think I saw of any of the films for the festival. Like, the room. So we were in this room. They had 2 theaters running. There was like the theater, and then we were in the gallery, which I prefer because I could take my coffee into the gallery.
Yeah.
The only reason for really liking it more is that I got my coffee. I get to have my coffee. So our screening, like we went to a couple of screenings beforehand, and there was always a nice turnout of people. But for our screening, like literally every seat was taken.
Standing room only. Yeah.
Standing room only. They were pulling in chairs. Natalie and I sat on a couch, which was only a slight.
To be decorative, I think.
It was actually a piece of artwork that we wound up sitting on. It was only a slight mistake because like 2 of the short films that are in our little block had subtitles. We had to go stand and like watch it.
Yeah, so we ended up standing. I'm sitting on the arm of the chair through half of it.
Yeah. It's hilarious. They must have heard about the nudity. Yes, that's exactly what they turned out. So
actually, well, there's 2 reasons I think our screening was well attended. One, it's one of the only comedies in the entire festival.
That's what I was saying.
And then the feature that we were showing, so it was 3 shorts and a feature. And the feature was a story called The 3 Mules.
Called Call Me Mule.
Was it called Call Me Mule?
Call Me Mule. 3 Mules is the website for the guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But it's something that was a local story kind of a guy. And so anybody who lives in and that side of California might have heard of it. There was a gentleman who was walking up California to get to the state capitol to deliver a petition, but he was walking along the freeway with like 3 mules. And he was just kind of a crazy, and yes, I will use the word crazy, remind me a lot of Justin, eccentric fella who was, I mean, his big thing was that he was petitioning to get trails put back along the roads and stuff because they need to be able to walk horseback. You shouldn't have to have a car to travel the state. You should be able to walk it. You should be able to. And so he got in trouble for camping places and stuff like that. It was pretty interesting, but it was a local story a few years back. So I think that's part of why we were, pretty
Wow. Are you hearing feedback? Anybody else hearing feedback when I talk?
I'm not hearing feedback. I'm hearing you cut out.
Okay. I'm hearing like really weird warping sounds.
Yeah, I know you're cutting in and out when you talk, which might be that your sensitivity's turned too far up or something.
I can fix it real quick because that sound is not fun.
Yeah, Justin just put in the comments, no fences, no walls.
Yeah. I
think you'd enjoy the film, Justin. I'm hearing something saying help me, or is that what it sounds like? Help me. Tara's got something trapped in her computer.
Probably. All right, let's see. I don't want to test the mic. I don't know what's going to happen if I do that.
No, you don't want to test the mic.
No, let's not do that.
You just want to change your sensitivity.
Where is
your background noise thing?
I haven't been in this part of the Zoom in such a long time.
Well, and evidently they just did an update.
Yeah, right. Okay, let's see. Audio profile, background noise, automatically adjust noises, suppression, low, faint background sound, medium, computer
just
fan.
Just go like medium and call it a day. You probably have it on like the least or the most aggressive right now.
It's on auto, so whatever the hell that
means.
Okay, hopefully that fixes it. All right, guys, sorry about that. Sorry if you guys were hearing some horrific sound. It's hard to even decide what that was. Oh yeah, so yes, Common Mule was actually a really good film. I really enjoyed it. So if you guys see it ever pass your world, I recommend stopping and watching because it was really fun. And then our Black was really great. The two films that were with us were also really good. There's only one other filmmaker with us, so we got to sit and do a Q&A that was really fun. Like, and it was fun to do a Q&A for that big of a group. Like, it was just like,
Oh yeah.
wow, people to talk to right now. And like, it was great. So all in all, like, it was a very successful social anxiety experience for our social anxiety. And you got to stay and you got a lot of great feedback from people that really enjoyed it.
I did. I got to on my way out because Tara we had to meet up with a friend, and so I sent Tara on her way out. But I had already promised to record the documentary filmmakers Q&A. So I stuck around, and then just on the way out, meanwhile, I'm a little tipsy and I'm in a rush to get out of there. And everybody is wanting to go, I really loved it. And I was like, oh yeah, no, I probably was a little bit more dismissive than I would have been otherwise. I would have sat and chitty chatted a little bit more, but I was like already 30 minutes late to our meetup.
Well, like no way to expect that. We normally you get down to your screen, you're like, well, okay,
that was fun. Yeah,
that's cool. Dorsey was there. Mike Dorsey was there as a mutual friend of the Drama 3-4 guys and Jason here. He was there with a documentary about
called The Sisters
of
Ukraine.
Yes, something like that.
It was a story of it was a documentary documenting a guy who went into Ukraine to get some refugees out and bring them to Spain. But a lot of it focused around these nuns that were teaching. They originally was a school where they were teaching children, but also their community outreach now that they were doing for refugees in the town that they were in that had come from other parts of Ukraine. It was really interesting. It was well done. One complaint: if you're going to say you're in a rush, things are in a rush. Cha. We have to get there before sundown. Don't the next thing do a drone shot?
Yes,
because I know your drone shot wasn't set up. Like just an editorial note. I was like, oh yeah, we have time to set up a drone and send it out, like, and catch the bus going around these curvy roads at sunset. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was actually super random to run into him. Like, he was staying there and he did look familiar, but I think he's lost a lot of weight or something because he doesn't look the way I remember him looking. And
I don't know. I looked over and I was like, I know you. And I was gonna start like rattling off film festivals because I was sure that's where the connection was. And luckily, Tara recognized his name right off the bat.
Yeah,
I didn't even.
I follow him on Instagram, so I see his posts about Tupac and stuff. He's very into the Tupac case, but also they had just gone to Halloween and Dorsey was there, so I just saw Dorsey's face in the Halloween pictures. This is the only reason why I was able to connect that dot as quickly as I did. Yeah. Like, literally just looking at their Halloween pictures and be like, oh, fun. I think you're right about that. Documentaries are all sus. Yeah, I get it. It's really hard to capture life on camera and it be for real. Like, even the mule, like the timeline is not quite the film because this probably made a better arc. And like, it's like, I get that you have to do that, but it's almost kind of disappointing. Like, oh, it didn't actually happen that way. Like, it just, the nature of making a movie, you kind of have to like bend time a little bit.
Yeah.
I did not see the trailer yet for Ghostbusters. Have you?
What?
Yeah, Ghostbusters 4. Apparently they dropped their trailer this morning and Ben was asking.
No, and I'm not excited just by the idea. I mean, maybe I'll see the trailer and be like, oh yeah, that's awesome. But the concept in general of doing another one, I'm like, guys, like, come up with something original.
Pretty quick after that last one.
Although I'm excited. What's this new Mean Girls thing? What's going on there?
Yeah, the musical.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a musical. I haven't got to read it more deeply, but they're doing a Mean Girls musical.
Okay, I saw Mean Girls in theaters, and I got excited. I first was not excited. I was like, oh, you made another movie. Okay, great, Graham, wonderful. But then I was like, what would be better is if you turn this into a television series. Like
Oh,
the new one, I didn't know it was a musical either, because it doesn't say musical; it just says Mean Girls.
yeah.
If they had done a Mean Girls TV show, I could get behind that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it was just, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's musical. And I read that really quick this morning because I rolled out of bed and like went straight to my computer to work. So who knows? That's why I didn't see any of the trailers yet or any of
Well,
the
I
news
knew there was a Mean Girls musical happening. I thought that that was just on
on stage.
stage.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
like they did, what's that one? Uh, gosh, what's that
Oh,
one?
they've done it to everything. Spider-Man.
Not but like specifically in style. It reminds me of God, what's that? Oh, Legally Blonde. Like it reminded me so much of
Oh,
like
yeah.
London musicals. Like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like it's so in alignment with that.
It's a movie adapted from the musical, adapted from the original movie. Is it a musical? I haven't seen anything on the one little preview I saw, or the one little I saw the ad for it on YouTube and it auto played, but it auto plays in mute, and I wasn't going to turn on the sound. I was doing something else, but I didn't see anybody singing. So,
Yeah, yeah.
and nowhere did it say musical.
I think I like my quick glance at this, like me scrolling through it, like the little bit I saw, no one looked like they were mid song, like in the picture.
No, and all I did see was like, oh, Tina Fey's in it and John Hamm's in it. That's all I remember from.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is that true though, Ben, or are you being funny? Because I either it's very funny.
I did see the commercial. I really liked the commercial. I thought they did a great job of like incorporating so much of the old cast.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was fun.
Yeah,
Original cast.
the commercial they did. Yeah, that was really, really fun. I mean, if you could do a musical about Alexander Hamilton, you can do it about anything. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, we'll see. Case putting on a musical, and it's about the cast putting on a musical in school. It's not an actual musical as far as I understand. Oh, okay. Thank you, Goomba. That's helpful. Okay, that makes sense. Why
I
there's
love that we're getting our Mean Girls information from Goomba.
I know. I get all my news
Didn't
during
see that coming.
I get all my information and news through Shush Shush. Just tell me about the pandas. Tell me about
Right,
what's
yeah.
going
I have
on
no idea what's going on in the world.
yeah, you guys tell me
Yes,
what's
tell
going
us.
on in Palestine, and then I'm gonna go about my life again and go back to cooking and gardening. Thanks, guys.
Pinata the musical, only if it's Killer Pinata the musical,
That would
Justin.
be amazing. The
Oh,
mushroom.
yeah.
Yes, yes, the mushroom knows all. And
I want more horror musicals. Let's take Tucker and Dale versus Evil, the musical.
I that is thing.
And at one point in time, you make like the saw or whatever, the wood chipper, like make that into a musical instrument.
Uh-huh.
And like that's providing the music.
Yeah.
As,
I'm in.
I think there's something there.
I'm in. I'd watch that. Whatever ether just pop that into our brains. Get on it. Like I don't need to make it happen. I just need to watch it. Like make that happen, please and thank you. Sweeney. Oh yeah, they're redoing Sweeney Todd too. Is that gonna be on stage though, Blair, or is that a movie? I couldn't tell that. Stuff just passes through my device, and I don't really read it. I read like 2 seconds of it and then move on. And go. I'll find out later. News from Gooba. How was that not your 23 on your 2023 bingo card, Natalie? Yeah, that's
I don't know. I wrote my bingo card. I was living a different life. The world has changed.
The world has shifted. News from Goomba is my trusted news source.
Not even just new Goomba, it's Oppression Olympics gold medal Goomba.
Yeah,
that's my news source. Actually, that's a pretty reliable source.
It's probably the most reliable news source. He just gets his news from the unreliable news source and then filters it through his spores. And this is what my information is.
Don't say spores. You know what? Some people like moist is some people's trigger word. Spores. Spores is like there's nothing good that happens in that. Oh. No,
fake news you can trust. Yes. I'm in.
Like
I'm so in. Amazing. It's appropriate as our most recent sketch. Yes. I'm all there for that. Cool beans. Oh, Greg Phillips.
Howdy, Greg Phillips. How you been? No joke. This week I asked management when another British person was going to join us in the workshop, as I am feeling like a minority working with two. Oh my God, dude. And she's Scotsman.
You're the
And a
one with the
Scotsman.
foreign accent.
Yeah, everyone's like, we can't understand a word you're saying.
Understand you and your English. Could you work on your accent? Amazing. Oh man, South African. That is a wild, wild accent. I'm watching One Piece and there's a character in it. He's very handsome, by the way. He's very good looking. And every time he's on screen, I'm very happy with life. But he's South African and like the first two episodes he's in, if anyone's out there is seeing this too, the first two episodes, I'm like, what is your mouth doing? What words are you creating out of normal words? Like you're like, are you trying to have an accent? You're just not good at it? Or like
coming out of your noise hole.
it was weird. And then it finally like took me two full episodes to go, oh, it's South African. Oh, got it. Cause it was just like it was so like sometimes really pretty sounding and sometimes odd.
We're watching, and I have no idea what the name of this show is called, but it's like all the light that you can't see in the dark.
Oh, yeah. What is up with that title? I was like, I read it. I was like, that's not going to work out. That's like that other show, the woman in the house at the end of the road.
Yeah. Well, that one was done to be funny. This one is legit on purpose. But Mark Ruffalo. Oh, I think I got his name right. I've never been able to get to that name. I'm not his biggest fan to begin with. Like we were talking about, like there's some things we've loved him in, and there's some things that you're just like, so anyway, this is one of those Justin's like, I don't even know what character he's playing, but he's got a French accent. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be. French accent with a lisp, because he has a bit of a lisp anyway, I think. But like, it's one of those where you feel like someone doesn't have the accent so much that their whole entire character is just rushing through the dialogue.
Yeah.
You've seen it a million times and it's like, I'm just going to get this sentence out as fast as I can. You're like,
it's done.
Oh,
I'm done.
Okay. So in lieu of having a character, you were just rushing through an accent. And I'm like, and they just went, okay, we're just gonna go with that as a character choice.
Print, check the gate. We're done.
Yeah. Well, the other problem is that the lead female character is a blind character, and
okay,
legit is looking people in the eye half the time. And I'm just like, I mean, the show is really interesting. Like the story, like it makes you want to read the book. It's originally a book.
Okay.
And so we're 2 episodes in. We don't like any of the main actors. and they're for all different reasons. She's doing a wonderful job, except for she's not playing blind. Like she is legit. There's a part where like she's remembering something, but she's looking up at the doorknob while she's sitting on the ground, remembering this thing. And I'm like, whose choice was this? Like, and meanwhile, the person who's playing her as a young girl, I think is actually blind. You know, so like they have a real blind actress. Like, you didn't just watch the little girl and then follow along with what she did. Anyway, and then Hugh Laurie's in it, but Hugh Laurie's miscast. And I like Hugh Laurie, but it is like, wow. Meanwhile, I'm enjoying the show, but there are just huge problems with it.
Yeah. Bummer. I was watching this. I found this TikTok woman who does these really great makeup tutorials for like, she's like, the Daenerys Targaryen makeup look, like she'll break it down, like they're really well done, or like Rubenesque makeup styles based on paintings or whatever, like they're really good. And she's got this very like soft-spoken English accent. I just really enjoy the content she makes. And I do this thing every once in a while when I really like somebody, like I'm always curious like where they started, so I'll go all the way down to the bottom and watch their first couple ones just to kind of see like, yeah, how have you changed, how have you grown, whatever. I was watching her first one and she's talking full voice, which was like, oh, okay, I see that change. And also her accent is also all over the place. So much so I had to dig. I was like, has this woman been lying to me by pretending to be British this entire time? And I dug in. No, so it turns out she's like born in Australia, raised in England, currently living somewhere else. She spent enough time in so many different locations.
And it just dances.
Her accent just goes all over the place. But when she does she probably like over time, you know, dialed in what worked and like just speaking softer, and that probably also accentuates the British portion of her accent or whatever. But I was like, so like, she's lying to me. This TikTok account is a lie.
Yeah. Jason's talking about eye lines for blind people. So they usually do look at who's speaking. Yes, looking at who's speaking is different than looking them dead in the eye. Like there's just now maybe this is more accurate, but there's also things that we do in movies to convince your audience. So whether or not she should be looking the person in the eye, which I don't know how she would always know where her eye line was for that person. Like it's just she's following people around the room too much. Like I would like just as something to do for an audience. And also having watched the little girl who doesn't.
Right.
The little girl who is actually blind, who looks towards a person, not in the eye. Because how could you possibly? Yeah. Anyway, it's just
towards the sound. Yeah.
It's not even, it's not just like look towards the sound, because your ears would need to look towards the sound more than your eyes would. And so she's turns, it's just,
yeah.
I don't think.
It's just above their mouth, you know, somewhere up there, just above the sound is where your eye holes would be.
Yeah.
Welcome, Pierre Kelly. Welcome to our little corner of the internet. We've talked about pandas and other news pieces so far. Cool. Blind person. A bling person is a different thing. Yes. So Steve said, if an actor is portraying a bling person, I would have constantly touching everyone's face. Yeah, I like bling people. Bling people are my people. I like bling people a lot. They're the cutest. Welcome.
You can't look bling people in the eye because they're so shiny.
If you look bling people in the eye, you will go blind. Like you gotta wear not to a bling person, or like just look slightly off, and you'll still be like a little winded. That's not what I meant, but you know what I mean. When your eyes can't catch up the light.
Mm-hmm. Well, Desiree, she's blind from birth because her dad got cursed. So,
well, you know what? Wait, no, hold up.
I don't know what level of blindness that is.
A cursed blindness could be a different kind of blindness.
And I think the argument in this one is that she has no sight because it's a huge part of of her not being able to see anything, and everything you see in the darkness is part of the title because she's black. But maybe she doesn't. Maybe that was something they needed to address earlier in the.
Don't know. I recently started, like, I know this is probably everyone's doing it, but I just started putting on Friends in the background. Like I haven't watched Friends since it originally aired. Like I never really went back and watched reruns. Like I would occasionally watch one or the other, but never made a point to like watch it. So I've been putting it on in the background of my life right now. And it's because I haven't seen it since I was like literally in junior high. It's such a nostalgic watch. I'm like, oh, that's right. Like I get all the nostalgia feels for like my old kitchen because we used to watch it like every Thursday night. Was it Thursday night? Thursday night, we would watch it in the kitchen while we ate dinner. We would watch like whatever was going on TV. So it was like a thing. And like I can like literally see my kitchen in my mind. It's been so fun to like go back in time. There's one Matthew Perry. He's pretty good. Yeah. I'm kind of actually want to read his biography that I know just came out and but I was already kind of interested in it because he talks about his alcoholism and stuff. And I'm like really wondering because I know I've heard that he like doesn't remember like the 5th season or something, filming anything of the 5th season because alcoholism.
I saw an interview with him talking about he was watching him on stage. I mean, he was watching him on the show, and he's like, I feel sorry for that guy. And you know, he's saying, he's like, that guy is so out of his mind. He has no idea what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And like, just feel, because thinking back to who he was in that moment, I mean, he doesn't remember filming an entire season, doesn't remember, how lost he was.
Man, I mean, you would never know watching any of that. Like, I'm sure they knew on set something was up, but like, I would have never have guessed that he was blackout during a lot of that because he seems so funny and on it and with it and quick and witty and all that stuff. Like, I would have no idea. When Natalie
the movie I just saw about Gary Mule Deer was the same. He was so coked out of his mind, but no one knew it because he never missed a beat. Like they're like other people. I mean, he wouldn't sleep for days and days and days and days, and then but for some reason, for him, never. It only one time did he ever like really translate on stage, and it was like a big wake up moment. But they just had no idea. And so it's just interesting how some of these people can, function so highly and not give any clues.
I was not that drunk. I was, you knew.
There were clues.
Drinking, you knew. I was immediately, my Texas mouth got really like, my just dialect got more lazy. Like the second whiskey touches my lips, I immediately cannot speak well. It's gone. It's over. It's a great tell. I can never really cheat, and you will know. The show that took so long to shoot, they had different audiences because audience fatigue.
Wow.
Oh wow, I did not know that. Now I want to learn all the Friends pop up. What's the trivia? I want to know all the trivia. Three
Sober
seasons.
up, Tara.
Got it. Right? So drunk right now. Almost joke for a time. Correct. Ed, you're so good at keeping me on schedule. All right, guys, we got 10 minutes, 9 minutes until joke. I almost said drug corner. It's a very different corner, guys. You got 9 minutes until joke corner and 9 minutes until joke corner. If you're new here, joke corner is where you guys go out to the internet and grab the jokes and come back and type them up for us, and we read them, and we have a very
chippy and we do the chippy.
We have a lovely last 10 minutes of just laughing ourselves silly. We'll make the theme friends and in whatever way that you want. That could be the show, that could be just friendship in general, whatever.
It could be Golden Girls.
Be Golden Girls. I don't care. They're friends. The only time I speak well is with whiskey.
Yeah, I'm gonna time I'm a little wallflower.
I'm gonna buy that for $1. As a reminder, let's do a little business time for those of you who have just arrived. There's gonna be no video coming out tomorrow. No video tomorrow. We're gonna come back with a video next week, and it's gonna be our knife test episode. We took this fancy knife that was sent to us for a test drive, making these amazing cinnamon rose buns. They're so good. Cannot recommend this recipe enough. And it was actually pretty darn easy, aside from cutting things thinly, and then apple math, where you have to decide which ones are thicker and which ones are thinner. That apple math is complicated. So highly recommend that. That's coming out next week. We've also got the Pittsburgh Film Festival happening virtually right now, as well as the Vegas Film Festival happening virtually right now. Pittsburgh works, you buy like a pass and you get 48 hours to watch as many of their virtual offerings as possible. We're in the comedy block. They are $18. So I know that we were really pumping, like, help us by watching the film festival. That will do so much good. Course correct change. It's a little steeper than we were hoping. So if you want to go do it, that's amazing and awesome. Oh, I wondered why she froze. I was like, man, she's having a moment. Letting her back in the room. So you froze like this. And I was like, oh my God, she's like having a moment. Like, I'm just going to talk and like give her a minute. Oh, wait, you're muted. Hold on.
Mute.
There we go.
I did that thing where I touched the cord on my computer and it just turned off.
Oh, no.
So I decided this would be faster since we only had 10 minutes to dial back in on my phone.
Absolutely.
I'll pretend like I'm using this microphone. It looks more professional, but there's no sound coming through here.
It froze on you in the most dramatic way. And I was like, oh my God, I hope she's okay. I don't know what just came to her mind, but like.
Well, it was actually what I was thinking at the time is the episode's not about the knife. The episode's about the cooking, the roses. But,
no. Yeah, you were probably gone by the time that I was like talking about the roses. Yeah, so the recipe is really cool. I really recommend it. And actually, like, it looks fancy, but it's pretty darn easy. Like, I could not recommend this recipe. Yeah. It's gonna be a great make them for people to come over for like Thanksgiving or the holidays or whatever.
Breakfast.
Darn delicious and not as you just gotta. I was saying you just gotta work on your apple math, deciding which apple is thin enough to go on the inside and which apple is thick enough to go on the outside. It's an important part. It is apple math.
Yeah, I think we got it down pat by the end.
Yeah, we did. We got it there. So that's gonna be coming out next week. The film festival stuff's happening. I just said all that stuff to you guys as well. That's when I realized that you were gone. Vegas is happening right now as well, virtually. The websites are below, and Vegas is only virtually. So go and check that out as well. That is all of our important.
Oh, and Vegas were nominated for Best Short.
That's right. I need to do something about that. I need to make art.
Best Short Film under 15. I don't know. There's words that are associated with it.
There's descriptive words for our nomination. Okay, I need to make artwork
My
for that.
giant hands on the keyboard right now.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I dig it.
You
I like
need the
it.
computer to pull that too.
Oh my God, I like
Oh yeah.
those. All those law books back there. Those are mine. Passing the bar soon.
They're
Yeah.
not. They're actually it's funny if they're photo albums. They're keepsakes. This is
Oh.
Shannon and Ellen's. Like so like one color scheme is like all Remington, ones that, like, but it's a way that they, instead of keeping in boxes, they just bought these in bulk, these photo album things. And yeah, but it does look like you're in a law office.
Yeah.
The player and the naked fireman.
Oh. The house we were staying in, we got to stay in like a private room. We were house guests at the film festival. A couple of the members of the film festival put us up for the weekend, and to my right was like a bookshelf, and it was all photo books like that. But I also think it was her journals from like years of journal. I so wanted to just open one to confirm that they were journals because that's what they looked like.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do that. But I was just so like, oh my God, look at all of her. So it was just kind of fun. Like I see a kindred soul. She also journals like I do.
Yeah.
Steve has no pandas. Have a wonderful weekend. Step 1 is realizing you have a problem. Thank you. Thank you. I'm stuck on step 4. I haven't finished that step. I've just been sticking with the step 1 of don't drink. That seems to be working for me. I'm supposed to get my emotional stuff. Lito, it's too soon. Don't hate me if I forget to go back for that one. Starts in 3 minutes. We got 3 minutes until joke corner. I love this epic angle we've got for you.
Yeah.
Very.
I mean, there's nothing I can do about it.
Oh, I like it. I think it's fun. I think I want to adjust mine so that it's the same. Tacos, taco burrito. You can back, see if there's anything I missed while I was yammering on at y'all. I'll be there for you. No, I'll be there for you.
I won't. I'm not very reliable.
I attended a show with a producer from Friends, and I got the feel that the series rewrote the entire script in front of the audience. Guess you never learned how to write comedy. Oh, that's funny. That's interesting. I would love to have gone to. I don't think I've ever been to a. No, that's not true. I've been in the scene for a live studio audience. Like I was the fake live studio audience for a show that had an actual live studio audience. And I think I was in the background one time for a not a TV show that anyone has ever seen ever. I don't think it ever made it.
Did live studio audience. No, I guess, yeah, live studio audience for a game show once. That was the Jay Leno one. Yeah, the Jay Leno game show. It's out now. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done it. That's why the super chat was drug corner. That's why the super chat was reluctantly brought to you by Dr. Pepper. I saw you write this earlier, David Faith. I don't get the Dr. Pepper part. Do you get that, Natalie? I don't get it. Is that something I'm not?
I can't read the chat.
So
no, I don't know what.
Yeah, he had mentioned. I was wondering if like the reluctantly brought to you by Dr. Pepper was because he said that earlier as well on the chat. I was wondering if that was something I'm just not picking up on the joke on. 1 minute to joke corner.
No.
Yeah. All right, guys, joke corner is how it works. You're gonna go out to the internet and get jokes. You're gonna come back and put them into the chat. You're gonna put the word joke ahead of the joke so that I see it. So if I'm not reading your joke, it's not personal. It's that probably the bots are really intense and don't like certain words like kill. It doesn't like the word kill. So try rewriting it or putting a 3 for an E or whatever to try and get it past the bots. And I like one-liners. Natalie's a big fan of puns. If you guys can find a pun that Natalie can
I
try.
always looked at the wrong camera.
If you guys can find a pun that Natalie can sit there and figure out, that's her personal favorite. So, all right, guys, let's do this thing. Lito, joke. Why did Joey Tribbiani fall through the floorboards?
Why?
Because he was going through a stage. Many levels. I like it. That works on many levels. Justin Wheeler. What's the difference between a friend and a fart when you're on social media?
What?
A P and a T. BFF versus PFFT.
Oh.
Desiree. I know. I always think Justin puts a joke up there, and I'm always like, I don't know if I should read it. It could be inappropriate. It could be a really bad dad joke. It could go any direction.
It's either direction. Yeah.
There's no way of knowing. Desiree, you think I'm crazy. You should see me with my best friend.
Facts.
Facts. Ben, the thing about friends, every time they sing, I'll be there for you, I get commitment issues to the show. Well done. Greg Phillips, an Englishman, a Scotchman, 2 Indians, 2 South Africans walk into a bar. Oh my God, I'm dreaded this year's Christmas party. There are no associates, they are associates, not friends. I feel for you, friend. Jump. All right. There is nothing better than a friend unless it's a friend with chocolate.
You know what? I prefer friends with chocolate.
Yeah. I would like a friend with chocolate. When a cougar gets so old she needs a hearing aid, does she become a deaf leopard?
Probably. That's just from now on, that's what we're calling them.
That's what they are. We do not throw perfectly good food away in this house. We put leftovers in a Tupperware and let it go bad.
And then you throw it away.
Yes.
I saw a thing yesterday that says every relationship has the one person who thinks the food's gone bad and the other person who doesn't believe in expiration dates.
Yeah, it was like, just stick around the mold. It's fine. It's fine. It's cheese. Decaffeinated coffee is like a hairless cat. It exists, but that doesn't make it right. My daughter will not eat fish. What can I replace it with? A cat. Cats love fish. Desiree, we'll be friends till we're old and senile. Then we'll be new friends.
Every day we'll be new friends.
Hey, you're my new friend. I married my wife for her looks, but not the one she's been giving me lately. I already know how it'll end. One of my children will unplug my life support to charge their phone.
Probably, right?
Probably.
Ours will be someone trips over it and
that's legit. No, yours will be that I trip over it. To the person who stole my place in the line, I'm after you now.
I like that.
That's good. Desiree, why can't you be friends with a squirrel?
They're nuts.
Yes, they drive everyone nuts, especially my freaking squirrels. They're insane. They're getting way too much leeway and they're getting way too freaking brave, and I don't know what to do about it. I had to return my box of animal crackers because when I got it home from the store, the seal was broken.
They always are.
Yeah. Home Depot is putting their Christmas decorations on the second aisle of housewares. So in other words, I'll be home for Christmas.
I'll be home for Christmas. Okay.
Desiree, why did the owl invite his friends over?
To have a hoot of a time.
I like that. That's fun. He didn't want to be owl by himself.
Owl by myself.
You could go to jail for weed, says my friend. Stoner says, jail sells weed. David, I just got back from Dubai where I was offered 4 camels for my wife. I usually smoke Marlboros, but hey.
No.
Ooh. Roadside sobriety tests are getting ridiculous. Last night I had to fold a fitted sheet. That's
Oh,
good. I like
man.
that. I like
No
that.
one passes that test.
No one passes that one. I heard that you should always look into a mirror before making a big decision. It helps you reflect.
I was like, really? For
Yeah,
like,
I actually was like, that's actually
that's
probably good
probably a good
advice.
idea. Look
Actually, yeah.
yourself in the eye and decide if you really want, need, slash, whatever
Yeah,
this thing.
I think that's actually a good idea. I'm gonna have to take a hand mirror with me shopping from now on. Why did the art thief's getaway vehicle run out of fuel?
I don't know.
He had no money to buy the gas to make the Van Gogh.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Actually, that one was good because it kept going. It was gonna stop at no Monet. I was gonna like be really upset with that
Not
joke.
good enough. Oh, we hardcore jumped. Okay, here we go. David, Netflix needs to stop asking if I'm still watching and start asking if I moved the laundry to the dryer yet.
I saw that meme the other day. I was fun.
Yes. Yes, I agree. That's good. I saw my laundry in my trunk. Like I did my laundry. I have 3 giant bags of laundry and it's just in my trunk. I'm like, I'll get around to it eventually. It's out of sight, out of mind right now.
Yeah.
I hate when I think I'm buying organic vegetables and when I get home, I discover they're just regular donuts.
It's a pizza.
Ed Keaton.
I texted my mother yesterday for this chicken spaghetti recipe, which there's a bunch of chicken spaghetti recipes online, but like all of them were, and I don't remember, but it wasn't our recipe.
Yeah.
And so I texted her yesterday at like, I mean, it was probably 6 o'clock our time. And she gets back to me, so it's probably 4 o'clock our time. And she gets back at me at like 6 o'clock our time. She's like, oh my gosh, I just saw this, like in this panic of whether or not I needed the recipe for tonight. And I was like, no, I'll probably make it tomorrow. And then she says, well, here's the ingredients, like from the top of her head. Here's the ingredients in case you need to, in case you're out shopping right now. And I'm like, thank you. Like it was just so sweet. And I woke up this morning to the recipe already in my inbox, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, that's sweet.
Chicken spaghetti for dinner.
I worked last night and I had bought myself tacos, and it was a really crazy weird night of all, like it felt like 3 nights all rolled in one. And then I had a dream. I woke up to a dream. I dreamed that the bartender and I that I was working with were working at Starbucks, but we were working on like the retail side of the store, and I was ringing up gift bags for this guy who had a really big belly. Don't know. And I know he was like slowly unbuttoning his shirt as he was like going around the store and picking up more gift bags. Don't know. And then I woke up from this dream and I go, oh, I didn't pay for my tacos. Oops. That's my joke for Joke Corner. Yeah, it was ridiculous. All right. I went to the butcher shop one day to get some pork chops. I asked him to make them lean. He asked, which way?
Which way? To the right, please.
The right place. A pair of owls have conspired to steal ancient Peruvian artifacts. They're in cahoots.
In cahoots. In cahoots.
In cahoots.
They're in cahoots.
I taught my kids about democracy last night by having them vote on which movie to watch and pizza to order. I then picked the movie and pizza because I'm the one with the money. Excellent lesson.
There you go. That is a lesson in democracy.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. We'll be friends until we're old and senile. Then we'll be in Egypt.
Because we see the Nile.
See the Nile. The older I get, the more I understand why my rooster just screams to start their day.
But I don't have the energy to scream to start my day.
I don't know.
No. When I was younger, I did.
Yeah, no, I can get going, but no, usually I wake up like, so this is life. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, good. I made it through another night.
Oh, great. Exit. Where am I? Oh, I'm in bed. Great. Cool,
okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Adam and Eve were the first ones to ignore the Apple terms and conditions.
I bet they did click I consent.
They hit consent.
I consent.
Without reading it. Thanks a lot, guys. Oh, that's amazing. My wife says she's leaving me because she thinks I'm too obsessed with astronomy. What planet is she on? My sister majored in philosophy. I saw her sobbing the other day, worried she won't get a job. I said, "Are you having an existential crisis?"
Oh no.
I always carry a pebble with me to throw at people who sing Christmas songs in November. I call it my Jingle Bell Rock.
I've heard that. That's in a commercial right now, I think.
My wife wanted to go to one of those restaurants where they make the food right in front of you. I took her to Subway, and that's how the fight started.
Yeah, that's don't do that.
So Natalie had the opposite experience, right? Was it Subway that you're like, I like Subway, and the guy was like, no, we're not going to Subway, but I like Subway.
Yeah, I briefly dated a guy. His name was Josh, who wouldn't let me go to Subway. We had to go to like this fancy sub place, and I was like, but I want Subway.
But like today, this time, I want Subway.
Yeah, but I like Subway.
And that's how the
Justin
fight started.
did that to me early on. Like we were gonna go to sushi, and he took me to some fancy sushi place where you couldn't get any substitutions, and there was wasabi on everything. And Justin, I was already having red flag moments because it was right after I dated this guy. I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be a guy who like again doesn't let me choose my own meals. And then Justin was having she can't handle real sushi like moment. Like I can't take her anywhere. Luckily, we didn't let that like dictate. It was like, just like date number 3 or something. Yeah. And I was like, I can't have any of this. It's all got wasabi on it. It's too spicy for me.
I don't want to play with this anymore. All right, here's our last one. I was asked in an interview, describe your life in a nutshell. Well, it's very dark and cramped.
And I'm slightly allergic. And I'm going into anaphylactic shock.
Excellent.
Yeah,
all right, guys. Huh?
Sushi the name of the place was Sushi Aiki. It was really good.
Yeah.
Like it was like premium grade sushi, but like you don't ask for soy sauce. I was like, oh, okay.
There's a time and a place for restaurants like that. But then most of the time I just want to be comfortable. Like I don't like I like to go to nice places every once in a while, but mostly I just want to be comfortable. 9 times out of 10, I want to be at home, and I will make the sushi myself.
Yeah.
Or I'll get it from the grocery store. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for this live stream. Again, no episodes happening tomorrow, but we will be back for our regular Shushers time and channel next week. And we'll have an episode coming out for next week. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Yes.
Oh,
those are facts.
These are facts.
Those are facts. Okay.
Those are facts.
I have no control over anything. I'm on my phone now.
Yeah. Hopefully we got it all. Bye.
Bye.
Maybe I get to hit end. There we go.